get an hour.
Yeah, at least hop on. And speaking of that, do we want to? So Keith is part of the movie watching challenge coming up. Do we want to wait for him?
Well, you just gave it away.
He's part of it. I mean,
nope. I already got an answer of what he wants, so we can go ahead as planned.
All right. Well, let's get to it. If you guys don't know what the movie watching challenge is, it is our segment here on Apocaflix Now where we challenge each other to watch movies, because that's one of the best things about being a film fan is giving recommendations to your friends. And the best thing about this is we're making each other watch these films. So every week somebody new gets challenged and they get to choose whether they choose a random number to select the film or put up a poll for the viewers to vote on that film. And those films are selected by the other 4 members of Apocaflix. So Gio was challenged this past week, and he was challenged The Raid 2, which is a film that Jake chose. So before we get to the next challengee, they're going to discuss that film.
All right, man.
All right.
Give me the good news.
Okay, so
give me the good news.
Let's see. The Raid 2. A lot of hype going into this movie. I was a big fan of the first movie Gareth Edwards directed. He returns to direct this one. And it lived up to the hype. Absolutely. This movie is insane. It's so good. And you know what? I had my, concerns about it because the first one is just so damn good. So if anybody doesn't know what The Raid or Raid 2 is, I tried to find the best way to describe it. And the best way that I could describe it, especially this movie, The Raid 2, is imagine the fighting of John Wick with The Departed as far as story goes. And that's all I'll say. Okay.
So you think that I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but you think that the John Wick movie fighting is up to par with what The Raid puts out?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to find the best way to explain
just making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah.
I was about to have a heart attack.
No. To mainstream audiences, I was like, okay, what's a movie with a lot of good fighting that's almost close to The Raid? And let me tell you, the fighting, okay, the thing about the first movie, it was a confined setting, right? It was these police officers fighting their way out of this drug lord's house. And
skyscraper. Yeah,
skyscraper. And this one, take the best parts about The Raid, and they're out there in the real world. I mean, some of it does take place in a prison, which is just incredible. All right, think about Batman Begins early on when Christian Bale's in that prison and he's fighting all those prisoners. No, The Raid does it 10 times more insane. It's so crazy. The fighting sequences will give you adrenaline. Like, you'll feel like you're having Red Bull injected into your veins as you're watching this, because you're just like, yeah, I want to see more. And it's so damn good. There's characters in here that I absolutely loved. One guy has a baseball bat and a baseball, and he's just using it like you wouldn't believe. There's another girl with hammers. It's just, the fighting is insane. If you're a fan of action flick fight choreographies, excellent camera work, you're going to love The Raid 2. I absolutely enjoyed it. I'm not going to go spoilers because I really want you guys to watch it. There was a character who returns in this movie from the first one. They found a way to bring him back. They gave him some personality. I was all in for it. The Raid 2 and The Raid must-see action flicks, especially if you're looking forward to Mortal Kombat this year, which I'm going to talk about later. The Raid and The Raid 2. Absolutely loved it. Great job, Jake. Again, we know each other with this, man. We just, I feel like we have a connection, dude. It was
I know what kind of movies that you like. And it's partly because you challenge me to very similar-esque movies. I have 2 things to say. One, what was your favorite fight?
It has to be the kitchen fight.
I was hoping
it has to be the kitchen fight. Okay, mild spoilers. There's an incredible fight sequence in the first movie between the Mad Dog character and the good guys. This one upped it. It's better. I just don't know what to say.
The choreography of these movies
is so insane,
and how they move is absolutely incredible. Iko Uwais is the main character. This guy is incredible. what he's able to do as far as action goes. There's also one of the other guys in the movie his name is Joe Taslim. He's actually playing oh my god, who's the ice guy in Mortal Kombat?
Oh, Sub-Zero.
He's playing Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
And so that's a big deal because his fighting ability. But I wanted to say that if you love these movies, for anybody who has seen these movies, there's a movie on Netflix that is very similar to The Raid. It has Iko Uwais, it has Joe Taslim, it has a couple others. I actually might like it a little bit more than the Raid movies. It's called The Night Comes for Us.
Oh, okay.
It's subtitled. They're in a different language, but the fighting is so raw. It is so real. It's incredibly violent, and they have moments in that movie that may just be as good as this one. They're on par, possibly even better. Joe Taslim is the lead in that movie, not Iko Uwais. But yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really happy that you liked it because whenever someone comes to me like, "Oh, I'm looking for a good action movie," it's hard to get them on the Raid movies because some people don't like subtitles. They don't. But for me, they kind of enhance it because it's like the movie in its true form. And so to hear someone come back and be like, "Yes, this movie is everything it was supposed to be, everything I've heard it should be," I'm very excited. I'm very happy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did watch the English dub version.
Oh,
so just be careful. Okay, that threw me off a little bit, but my God, is this?
It was still good. Still good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Perfect.
All right, guys, come back in.
Everyone back in.
What, did we switch?
That got me pumped up. I need to watch those movies immediately. Are they on a streaming service or got to pay to rent them?
That's for you.
They were on Netflix. They were. I had to go through Xbox.
A lot of stuff is leaving Netflix these days, so it's going to be difficult. Hey, I don't mind paying to rent it, but if it's on a service that I already have, I'd rather just watch it.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, Keith was challenged this week, which I kind of spoiled for you guys. And Jake, what did he choose to do?
He wants to go to fan poll.
Yeah.
He wants to go to fan poll. And so Brian's going to take care of revealing the movies. But just so you guys know, for all of you who are watching, the poll's already up. It posted about 8 minutes ago.
Nice.
So you can go on our YouTube page under community tab, or it should be on your subscriptions if you're on a mobile device. And just go ahead and vote for which movie you think you should watch. But Brian, control's yours, sir.
All right. So the movies that everyone gets to decide between for Keith are Awake, Don't Breathe, I Love You, Man, and Rear Window. So,
man, that is a
different
very diverse bunch of films. They're all very, very different movies.
Yeah.
Keith got challenged, Kylie. Keith got challenged.
Yeah, Keith did. He's not here yet. Maybe he'll hop on a little bit here with us, but yeah, but at least that's good because he doesn't. He gets to find out later. Like we didn't have to reveal the movie right now without him here. So
yeah. So if
that works out.
If you see one of those four that you want to vote for, head on over to Apocaflix community tab, and the poll is there.
Yes. So
he has not. He has not. These are all. I double checked with him to make sure that he has seen. He has not seen everything.
I did wonder that because I know he wants to watch some of these movies, and I'm like, hopefully he hasn't watched them since then. You know?
I sent him a big list. I was like, just send me back what you haven't seen, and he sent me like one back that he hasn't seen. I was like, wow, great.
Yeah, I know. We need to update that list because you guys. I'm not updating any of that list because let's be honest, I'm gonna probably no to every one of them.
No, we don't need movies for Brian to watch anymore. It's just the rest of us.
Yeah,
Brian's list is all red. Like we'll bring up the list one day.
It's all the decades and just add a bunch of movies from each decade, like the top 50 movies from every decade. Yeah. Boom.
I have my handy dandy movie bucket list scratch off too. So
those are already probably all on there.
Hey, we got to keep the pattern. Like somebody else, Brian. Somebody else, Brian. Somebody else,
what are you talking about? You and Jacob just broke the pattern.
Well, I wanted to pick Keith because Keith hasn't been picked in a minute. So, you know,
fair.
Read the chat.
Oh, I saw it.
The messenger. Yeah.
But then Brian controls who gets challenged every single time other than himself.
I'm fine with that. He'll change it up. I know he'll change it up.
Yeah, I don't pick the same people.
Um,
Or we could just make it, Brian attached to every challenge that's not him. So